Brussels attacks. Terrorists will get through in UK. The 23rd of March 2016 from the section UK media caption. Family and friends of Britain David Dixon have not heard from him since he left for work on Tuesday morning. Terrorists will get through the UK's defences to carry out an attack similar to that in Brussels. Former Home Secretary Lord Reid has told the BBC. He said, "Politicians ought to be honest with the British people and tell them this will happen." 4 Britons were injured in explosions at an airport and metro station in Brussels on Tuesday. 34 people died. There are also fears for David Dixon, an IT programmer from Nottingham, who has not been seen since the attacks. Brussels attacks. Latest updates. Desperate search for missing Britain victims and survivors. Security has been stepped up at key sites across the UK, and on Wednesday morning David Cameron chaired a second emergency Cobra meeting in the wake of the events in Brussels. Afterwards, Number 10 said, "We are concerned about one missing British national and we are in close contact with the Belgian authorities. We are aware of 4 British nationals who were injured in the attacks. 3 are being treated in hospital. 1 has already been discharged. Our embassy staff are working to assist all British nationals affected." At the start of Prime Minister's questions, Mr. Cameron told the Commons, "Britain and Belgium share the same values of liberty and democracy. The terrorists want to destroy everything our 2 countries stand for, but we will not let them win." Home Secretary Theresa May is to make a statement to the Commons on the UK response after PMQ's soft targets the Queen. Meanwhile, has sent a message of condolence on behalf of the UK to those affected by the terrible series of events in Brussels. Lord Reid, who was Labour Home Secretary until shortly before the 7th of July 2005 bombings in London, told the BBC's Victoria Derbyshire programme, "It will happen here because the terrorists only have to get through once. So you can quote the statistics on how many plots have been foiled, but the terrorists will get through." Lord Reid said terrorists were now more likely to focus on soft targets, like the transport network and crowded public places, because the security services had been so successful at preventing spectacular plots. For example, mid-flight attacks on aircraft. Deputy Assistant Commissioner Neil Bosu, from the UK Counter-Terrorism Policing Network, said that shift was a very dangerous phenomenon, but he insisted it was not a new one, and that police and security services in Britain had been preparing for such an incident since the Mumbai attacks in 2008. Brothers twin blasts hit Zaventem Airport at about 07:00 GMT on Tuesday. Another explosion at Malbec Metro Station near EU headquarters happened an hour later. 2 of the men who carried out suicide attacks have been named by Belgian media as the Bros. Khalid and Brahim El Bakraoui. Belgian media, quoting judicial sources, had been reporting that a 3rd man wanted by police, Najim Lahirawi, had been arrested, but those reports have now been withdrawn. So-called Islamic State, IS, said it was behind the attacks. More about the attacks. Image copyright Pa. How the day unfolded. What we know about the attack so far. Why was Brussels attacked? Airport security under the spotlight again. Full coverage of the Brussels attacks. Mr. Dixon has lived in Brussels